Whew. That is a long way up. Welcome back to Outside with Sarge. Perspective. How can it affect your job performance? Heck, how can it affect your life? We're going to talk about that briefly. Stay tuned. Yeah, perspective. Now, I've been doing some research on how I can make this channel better for you. And in my research, I found something that, if I'm being honest, disturbed me. And that is current and former law enforcement people who have these channels on YouTube or Instagram or other social media sources where they just bash the career of a public servant. They are getting views and likes and clicks and even selling you products that, in my opinion, don't have a whole lot of bearing on how to make your job better as a public servant. But they're establishing these platforms typically on one basis, and that is by telling you how horrible your job is and asking you, why would you ever want to become or even stay a police officer? Let me give you some of my perspective, and some of it may counteract some of your favorite content creators. But hear me out. I've had a long and great career focusing on things that are positive. Yeah, you often can't tune into social media and not hear something bad about policing, about law enforcement, about public service. A lot of those messages have to do with the fact that administration is out to get you, sergeants, and your chain of command is out to get you. People don't appreciate the work you do. There's mandatory overtime. The list can go on and on as far as complaints and drawing to the front why you should be upset to be a public servant, why you should have low morale, low drive, low motivation to serve others. Allow me to offer a different perspective. Because as early as 2001, yeah, I had to do mandatory overtime. And yes, there were officers around me that would get fired, that would do silly things, and then they would get called on the carpet for it. They would get in trouble for it. And then, to nobody's surprise, they'd go out and complain about it, talking about how administration or the captain or some sergeant was headhunting them the entire time. But we, their peers, knew all along that in many ways this person was acting like a turd. And those are just the simple facts. Have I ever encountered sergeants that we thought were headhunters? Yeah, there's definitely been a few along the way. But in my decades of experience, I was able to stay out of the line of fire. Why? Because I did my job. I put my head down and I focused on things I could control and influence. Now, if that sounds familiar to you, harken back to my video on focus, where we talked about 3 realms of focus: things you can control, things you can influence, high up here today, and things that you can neither control nor influence, and decide for yourself, not through some Instagrammer, how much focus or attention you're going to give to things that you can't even control. Can you control the fact that there are some sergeants out there that are headhunters? No, you can't. Can you control the fact that some agencies are more highly politicized than other agencies? No, you can't. But you know what you can control? You can control your job performance. You can control your attitude to your job. You can control the fact that, what am I going to focus on? Am I going to focus on office drama, or am I going to focus on my beat, where things are a little more simple? And what I mean by that is, where else can you go to get paid to save lives? Where else can you go to put yourself in the in-between between people that are going to get victimized and the victimizer? Where else can you have a job like that, where you work from the inside out? Where else can you get paid a livable wage to give of yourself, of your skills, of the tools, of the training, and on and on and on, to make the lives better for other people? Public service, it is kind of that one-stop shop where you can check a lot of boxes. At least that's how it was for me. I loved helping people, and they let me help people. I like having a livable wage and being able to have nice things and travel. Got that as well. Now, I could have focused on the fact that I had mandatory overtime. I could have focused on the things such as when the morale dipped in the office, and on and on and on. And believe me, for a while I did that. And all it did was it bled over into my personal life, my personal relationships, and things that had nothing to do with my job were now affected by my bad attitude towards my job. However, I made a conscious decision to focus on the goodness of being a public servant. And I'm telling you, the good things far outweigh the bad things. There is no perfect job out there. If no one's told you that to this point, let me be the first. There's no perfect job out there. But there are jobs that will let you use your skills, that will let you make the lives better for other people on your beat, to help the helpless, to bring justice to victims, to stand in the balance, to be that one person that they call on when they are at the end of their rope or the end of their abilities. And here you come, answering the call. There's something very powerful, noble, and loving about that. So, dear friends, focus on the good things. Don't listen to these influencers and these other people that are trying to sell you their secret to success when it comes to policing for the low price of $90 or $150. Here's some free love for you today. Focus on the goodness of the job. Focus on the people that are victims. Focus on the people that call and say, please help me. Focus on that. Because if you focus on the office politics, you're going to be let down. If you focus on administrative and their practices, largely a lot of those, we don't know why or what they're doing, right? How many times have we been in the office and the administrator's office doors closed and we suddenly mentally jump to the worst possible conclusions about what that closed door meeting could be about? Don't focus on it. Do yourself a favor. Focus on things that you can control or influence. Hey, it's short and sweet today because I've got to get back down off this mountain, but do your best out there. If you've made it to this point of the video, I'd want to thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. If you've got people who are on break-in, show them this video because it could save a lot of heartache in the long run. And maybe you'll prevent them from being some social media influencer after 5 years talking about how they know all there is to know about policing, and then they're going to try to sell the world at large some $90 course to make everything better. If only policing was so simple. And remember, it's not always about how things look. It's about how you look at the perspective. Things aren't always what they seem. All right, my friends, take care of yourselves, get outside, do good work, get outside the norms of policing, get outside your mind on a lot of things, focus on things you can control or things that you can influence. Let's get outside. Let's get that work done.